Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of When Reality Hits. I hope everyone has had an amazing week. I just want to talk about a couple things that happened recently. Cruz's birthday was amazing. All of his little friends came. We had such a good time. I know last time I did a solo podcast, I was talking about the party and everything, but since it happened, I haven't got to talk to everyone, but he had such a great time. He loves animals, so I wanted to go with something that I knew that he would really enjoy, and it ended up being a perfect day. Summer and Ocean were there. They've been his buddies since the beginning, you know, little Cameron and just all of his little friends. There's so many other, Asher and the twins, and everybody was there. So he had a great day and it was so much fun. And I appreciate everyone talking about the pictures and how cute the party was and everything that I posted on Instagram, but it ended up being a great day. So that was awesome. I also did Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. I went to New York City for a couple of days, and I love going to visit New York for a couple of days. I could never live there. LA was already a big enough change for this Kentucky girl, but going to New York is so fun. I love going on little visits there and getting to do all the fun stuff. I basically just go for 2 nights and have a full press day and do fun things like, you know, us weekly. We go to the Bravo headquarters and get to see everybody there and do fun stuff there. I did like Page 6, Decider, a bunch of different places, People Magazine, and that's always a lot of fun. I got to do some like really fun podcasts that'll be coming out soon. I got to go to the Betches. If you follow Betches, they're super popular on Instagram. I got to go to their office and do a fun thing me and Schwartz did, and that's going to be coming out soon as well. So you'll get to see this little fun skit that we did with Betches, and that was a great time. And of course, Watch What Happens Live. I got to do it with Zoe Lister-Jones. She's from The Miniature Wife on Peacock with Elizabeth Banks and just so much other stuff. And she was so fun and so amazing, and we had such a good time. I don't know if you guys are listening to this and you didn't get to watch my episode. We played this game because where Zoe, who was on with me, she was on, like I said, The Miniature Wife. So they had me put these glasses on that blindfolded me, and I was holding a big cherry that made me look miniature. Okay. Well, Andy told Zoe to describe different celebrities, and I had to do it blindfolded, a nervous wreck while time was ticking down. I'm not good with that anyway. I'm really good at remembering like lyrics to songs and stuff like that, but I'm not great at remembering people's names, like celebrities' names. Obviously, I know many, but off the top of my head with the time counting down, being nervous on a live TV show, blindfolded, holding a huge cherry, it was not easy, but it was so funny. And then the last one, the clues that were given to me were he was the king of rock. And then later on, they said Graceland. And then there was no other clues. I just kept repeating, King of Rock, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. And of course, King of Rock and Roll, Elvis, duh. But in my mind, nervous, playing a game on live TV, I could not think. And I was like, is it Prince? And everybody was just laughing. And Andy was like, oh no, we have to see if she gets this. We have to see if she gets this. And we just had the best time. It was so funny. It was so innocent and you know, just fun. And of course I laugh all the time and all that stuff, but we were playing, and all they kept saying, the only 2 clues, King of Rock, Graceland. It wasn't Prince. And then they started saying Memphis, Tennessee. And I know Elvis. Don't get me wrong. Obviously I know who Elvis is, but my brain in the moment, with the time running down and all the nerves and everything, I started thinking, okay, who is it? And I was like, is it the people from Walk the Line talking about Johnny Cash? I just could not think, right? So it was so funny. And then whenever they said Elvis, I was like, oh my God, duh, of course. If I would have gotten a clue like Vegas weddings or, you know, just any any song title or lyric or anything, obviously I would have gotten it, but it was just so funny because I couldn't think. And I was like, I told y'all I'm not good with names. Well, Watch What Happens Live posted the clip, and let me tell you, people ran me a new one. I could not believe the amount of hate and mean comments that were on that clip. I mean, people were calling me an idiot, a dumbass, I'm so stupid, I'm dumber than a rock, like all this like really mean stuff, talking about how dumb I was. I've never claimed to be a freaking rocket scientist, but I am not dumb, and I'm not an idiot. I have done dumb things. I've lived 10 years of my life on reality TV. I'm not going to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. I'm not the smartest person in the entire world, but I'm not dumb. And the way people were coming at me just because I didn't say Elvis in 4 seconds was so insane. I mean, it was really starting to hurt my feelings because I mean, the comments, it was just like over and over and over and over and over. And I thought that moment was hilarious. I thought it was so cute. It was so funny. Like, I don't understand why people get on social media and just act so mean and so rude and don't like just laugh and just take a joke and just live and let it go. Honestly, I was just so shocked. Like, look, I'll go on this the post right now and read some of the comments. I mean, I have never in my life seen, I get that people love their Elvis. I get that. Okay. I like Elvis songs too. I also commented back and I was like, he also, died before I was ever born. LOL. Like I in my mind, I was thinking of like more recent stuff, you know, or I was even thinking like, I don't know what I was thinking. It would just happen very fast. But it was just funny and cute. So I don't know why people got so angry with me over this. But let me show you some of these comments. Let's see. Okay, some people were like, I'm here for the Prince answer, obviously, which I loved. And the glasses were hilarious. They had these big eyeballs. Like, it was so fun. But people were like, this is not okay. She's not 10. How could she be from Kentucky and doesn't know Elvis immediately? Somebody said their hints were terrible, which was right. Like, I just needed a couple more. People were like, this is so hard to watch. This did not land for her at all. This is so horrible to watch. You're such a ding dong. What a ditz. Truly the dumbest. Really, you're too old to not know things. She isn't the sharpest tack in the box, that's for sure. Does she know anything? She's not a rocket scientist. This person said, to be fair, the actress lady was horrible at giving clues. So some people understood. But it was just fun. Like, I don't know why people got so mad. Hold on. I'm trying to find truly the dumbest. Like, what in the world? I have to just stop looking at comments because I just thought this was so funny. And so, just like an innocent moment. And I don't know. I just feel like, goodness, people can't do anything anymore without getting yelled at. Anywho, it was just such a funny moment. And I had so much fun there. So I just got to remember not to let stuff like that get to me. Comments are not always easy to watch, but it was a good time. And we had such a great time. And I love meeting Zoe. She was so nice. And she really knew her Bravo stuff. So that was great. But we always have such a good time there and staying in New York and visiting for a couple days. I always miss my baby when I leave. Anytime I leave, I miss Cruz so much, but I FaceTime him 3 times a day because we are together 24/7. So it's really hard for me to be away from my little bestie. He is so cute. Kristen and Kaya and Luke came over this week too for a pool day. And cause I'm trying to get Cruz, with kids that are on the spectrum, sometimes they don't have, they're not great. Well, in my case, cause everyone is very different, but in my case, Cruz, he's getting more social now, but sometimes he doesn't really like want to pay attention to the other kids, or he has to really warm up. So he loves when Luke and Kristen come over. He loves that Luke will like pick him up and throw him in the pool and, throw him on the couch and play with him and all that stuff. So anytime Luke comes, Cruz is just constantly like playing with him, and it's so cute. And we're trying to get Kaya around Cruz as much as they can because they're going to grow up together. Obviously, Kristen is my sister, and they are just adorable together. And Cruz will like go up and look at her and like smile and then swim away. But I'm trying to make sure that he gets all the play dates in. He's going to be going into kindergarten in the fall, and I cannot believe that. Time is just flying. Everyone always talks about how fast time flies, and it really does. If you have a kid on the spectrum going through like the IEP planning and all that stuff, it is a process, and you really have to advocate for your child. So I'm dealing with a lot of that right now, but I will always do whatever I can to help my son and make sure that he has the best care and everything. And I appreciate so much everyone seeing him on the show and noticing how much he is thriving. And, we filmed that 8 and 9 months ago. So he is only doing better and better and better. And speech therapy, occupational therapy, everything has been such a huge help. I love how many of you have reached out about his sensory room and everything else. And I'm just so glad I get to share his story in such a positive way. And the world gets to see his magic because he is pure magic. He is such a happy guy. And I'm just so proud of him because he is doing amazing. But yeah, that's been kind of like my week. I'm working on some projects that are going to be coming out soon that I'm so excited for you guys to see because they were a lot of fun. And I have to keep some things under wraps until I'm allowed to talk about them. But a lot of great stuff is coming up, and whenever they do, we'll be able to talk all about them. So I'm going to go through now and answer some questions that you guys wrote in to my Instagram at Brittany. Thank you guys for always writing in. I see sometimes people on there are like, they'll respond and be like, you always ask me anything, but you never answer. I think some people think that I'm going to answer that on my Instagram, but obviously I'm getting those questions so I can answer them on my podcast. So I'll just have to make that very clear. I put like the podcast mic on there and stuff, but I guess that goes over some people's heads. I'm not sure. But we will start with some questions that you guys wrote in because I am going to do this solo pod, and I just appreciate all of you guys writing in, and I love your questions and you guys getting to know me more and me getting to answer some of the stuff that you say. Okay, this is from Elizabeth Knitter. How do you stay so positive? You truly inspire me to keep going and be kind to all. Oh, I'm so glad I started with that one after all the mean comments I just wrote. That's something I always have to remember is that even though, there are trolls and stuff like that on social media, there is so many more people that are so supportive and so kind and so sweet. And I just really love you guys and appreciate that so much. I've just kind of always been that person. I try to see, the glass half full instead of the glass half empty. My mom has always been a very positive person, and I guess that just kind of rubbed off on me. And I think, when you go through hard stuff in life, especially me, I just try to remember all the stuff that I am so lucky to have. My son is amazing. I have a beautiful life. I have a beautiful family, beautiful friends, a wonderful home. I have so much to be grateful for. And I just try to focus on that stuff instead of letting myself go into a dark place and stuff like that. And yes, I laugh a lot. I'm a laugher. I say that all the time. I'm a laugher. I tell everyone that. Everyone knows that. If you listen to this podcast, I'm a laugher. Like if you watch the show, I'm a laugher. I'll laugh in uncomfortable moments. I'll laugh when things are funny. I'll laugh when I'm nervous. I'll laugh whenever I'm anxious. I'll laugh. That's just who I am. And I do believe that you should be kind to all. I think you never know what somebody is going through. So I would rather be kind and lift people up instead of like stoop to their level. Sometimes that can be hard. And I'm not always positive. I have, my ups and downs as well. Like I have very hard days and rough days and just like everybody else. But if you're having a rough day, just try to remember all that you have to be grateful for. And hopefully that can get you out of the dark place. But thank you so much. That was a nice question. I'm not going to lie. Some days I'm just trying to look like I have it together. And I found something that really helps with that. Merit is a minimalist beauty brand that makes elevated makeup and skincare designed to help you look put together in minutes. Merit's bestsellers are proof that less is really more. The Flush Balm gives you that natural, healthy glow without overdoing it. One was sold every 30 seconds in 2024. That's how good it is. Then there's the Minimalist, which works double duty as both a foundation and concealer, so you can get quick coverage without layering on a bunch of products. I love that. No makeup day? No problem. Merit's Great Skin Serum is all you need. It instantly hydrates and plumps for fresh, dewy looks. The best part is all of Merit's products are clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and made with nourishing skincare ingredients that leave your skin looking better long after taking your makeup off. It's time for your makeup and skincare to meet the reality of your daily routine with Merit Beauty. Right now, Merit Beauty is offering my listeners their signature makeup bag with your first order at meritbeauty.com. That's MERIT beauty.com to get your free signature makeup bag with your first order. meritbeauty.com. Check them out. You will love them. I've been doing a little spring reset with my closet lately, focusing more on quality over quantity, just building a wardrobe of pieces that are well made, versatile, and easy to reach for every day. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. The fabrics feel elevated, the fits are thoughtful, and the pricing actually makes sense. Quince makes beautiful everyday pieces using premium materials like 100% European linen, organic cotton, and super soft denim, with styles starting around $50. Their spring pieces are lightweight, breathable, and effortless. The kind of things you can throw on and instantly look put together. And that same focus on materials carries over into their accessories, like their leather bags, which are made from 100% hand-woven Italian leather and honestly look way more expensive than they are. Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middleman, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup. The fabric quality and everything I've got has been so amazing and really surprising. They feel so tailored to me. I love their jackets. I love so many things that I have found on there. The price is incredible. Finding these amazing prices. Quince linen tops have become my go-to. The fabric feels substantial but easy to wear, and they don't cost what I thought quality linen would. They are so amazing. They have so many different things that you could look at on their site. You've got to check them out. Refresh your spring wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/realityhits for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. Go to quince.com/realityhits for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/realityhits. Check them out. This is from Maria Chavez X. I love you and your resilience. How long did it take you to realize signs of autism in Cruz? I've talked about this a couple times, but I will definitely talk about it again because I love telling our story. Cruz was, whenever he was turning 1, he walked early, he crawled early, he rolled over early. He did all of those milestones very early. We would be like, how old are you turning, Cruz? And he'd be like, 1, and lift his finger up and answer questions like that. He was mama, dada. He would say outside because he loves being outside. He would say hot dog because he loved the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, hot dog, hot diggity dog. And the closer that he got to 2, I started noticing more signs of autism. So he stopped talking completely. So he went from having maybe like 5 words, that's normal around 1, a little bit more than that maybe, to not saying any words at all. He was starting to not make eye contact. He was walking on his tippy toes. He started to stim and do different stuff like that. So I knew his autism diagnosis was coming, and I think I was able to know those signs because people talk about it a lot more now. Like, I was talking to someone just yesterday, and they have a daughter. It was just someone that I met that watches the show. We started talking about it, and she says that she had a daughter who is 23 and is on the spectrum. And she was talking about how different it is now than it was for her 23 years ago. Like, people talk about autism more. We know the signs and different stuff that maybe weren't available or common knowledge years ago. So I am glad that that is happening. And I always talk about how early intervention is so important. So as soon as I started seeing the signs, even before we got his diagnosis, because with his doctor, that diagnosed him with autism, it's like a five visit process. Like, they don't just see your child once and say, yes, he has autism. They visit with him. We do a Zoom. He went to class with him at school. We took him to the office and he played for like an hour. Like, there's like a bunch of different steps. So it's kind of spread out. So even before I got his diagnosis, I put him in speech therapy at 2 years old. I put him in occupational therapy, and at school, I hired him a therapeutic companion that could help him, be more social in class, help him learn more from the teachers, and help him like sit in the circle with the kids and stuff like that. And she also worked on speech. So those are things that I started even before I got the diagnosis. I knew the diagnosis was coming. But even so, like every parent that deals with this, even whenever you get the diagnosis, it's not always easy, because life might look different than what you expected it to whenever you were pregnant and things like that. But this is our life. And I just think that he is so special. And ever since I was young, I always loved working with children and working with kids with special needs. Even whenever I was in high school, I did the peer tutoring program. So I would go to class with people that had special needs and help them with their work and everything like that. It was one of my classes that I took in high school. And if you ever watch back on Vanderpump Rules years ago, whenever I first moved there, I talked about how I wanted to be a pediatric nurse and work with children with special needs. So it's something that I've always been very passionate about, and I'm glad that I have that knowledge from doing those things I did in high school, because it honestly helped me realize the signs and also realize what I needed to do to make sure that Cruz had the best support and the best help that he needed. And he is doing so amazing. His occupational therapist, his speech therapist, like, they are such a great team. We all talk to each other. And whenever he gets started back in school and everything, like, everyone will be working together. And it's so important to have that team that will help you and give you the advice. And I like to go to his speech therapy classes or his occupational classes, because I get to learn from what the teachers are doing and take it home with me and do those same like projects and stuff at home. And he is just thriving. This is from Miss Taya. How is your relationship with Brandon now? So you will see what happens on the show. I can't go into too much detail because it is going to come up in the next couple episodes what happens. But we are still friends, but we are not together. We only dated for a couple months, and you're going to see everything play out. But it was just fun for the time. But I am single and just, having fun, taking care of me and taking care of Cruz first. That's the most important thing. And now that I've been single for almost 2.5 years, I really had to heal from a lot and work on myself. But it's also okay to date and do things like that whenever you are a single mom. Like, I know a lot of people have mom guilt. I have struggled with mom guilt many times. But I am single now, and I'm still friends with Brandon. There's no ill will or anything there. We've known each other for years and years and years, way back from my Kentucky days before I ever moved to LA. So we are good, but we are not together. And you will see what happens in a couple episodes. So stay tuned. This is from Jess Dorinsky. Favorite ride at Walt Disney World and Disneyland? Okay. I love these questions because I love Disney. You guys know that. I need to take Cruz again whenever I get home. I want to do something fun with him for Mother's Day, like do a little staycation somewhere. So maybe we'll like stay at the hotels at Disney and go to Disney for like 2 days or something. I just want to do something fun with him. Walt Disney World, I love because they have Avatar Land there. So there's this ride where you're like riding what are they called? The Banshees or something? The things with the wings, and it is just beautiful. Walt Disney or Disneyland doesn't have that. They don't have Avatar Land yet. I hope they get it eventually. But the Avatar Land is so cool. All the stuff lights up like it does in the movie at night. It is so beautiful. But that ride is awesome. If you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of what it's called. But my favorite rides at Walt Disneyland, I love the Little Mermaid ride. I love that one. Little Mermaid was my favorite movie growing up. I had it on my wallpaper. I had every single VHS. I had the series VHS, the movies, everything. And then also, what's it called? There's another ride where you like are strapped in and you're in front of this big screen and you like fly over all the different parts of the world, and they put these scents out and everything smells different and it looks like you're like flying. What is that one called? Gosh, I can't think of what it's called, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But those are my favorite 2 rides. I love all of them, but you know, if I had to list the top 3, those would be them. This is from Michelle313. What is one important piece of advice for anyone who has to co-parent with a difficult person? Oh, goodness. Don't react. I'm really working on that right now. When somebody tries to push your buttons or get in your head about things that are completely not true, you just have to remember not to react, because that's what they're trying to do, is get a reaction out of you or ruin your day or whatever. And that's been something that's been very hard for me, but I have set so many boundaries and it's getting better because I'm not reacting. And that is one of the most difficult things about co-parenting for me, because I need this to be a healthy co-parenting situation. And whenever someone is working against you instead of with you, it can be very difficult. But just try not to react. I know it's easier said than done, and I still am not perfect at it by any means, but it is a lesson that I'm definitely learning, and I just have to remember, like, not to let myself get to that level, and just remember I'm a great mom. I am, you know, doing everything that I possibly can for my amazing son, and I know that he is thriving. I know that I am thriving. We are thriving together, so not reacting to the messages and stuff like that is a big deal in every situation. I know a lot of people have very healthy co-parenting situations and don't have to deal with that, and that is amazing. I hope I get to that one day, but not reacting and letting things get to me is a big piece of advice I would give. This is from April Loves Disney, another Disney lover. Hey, do you want more children one day? I've always wanted, I think I used to talk about how I wanted 3 kids. So I love kids. I love children. I am single, not in a relationship. So it's not really on my mind right now. Of course, if I found somebody and was in love and we wanted kids, like maybe down the road, but I am so blessed that I have Cruz. So if I don't have more kids, I will be okay. And if I do have more kids, that will be great too. So it's just kind of up in the air. Whatever God has planned for me is what's going to happen in my life. So I do love kids. I would love more kids one day, but if it doesn't happen, I am just fine as well. This is from Sabby Lee. Are you finally divorced? No. I'm sure as soon as the divorce is final, it will be all over the place because TMZ or somebody will leak it because it's public documents. But still working on that. Don't want to go into too much detail because I want it to be over with. Oh, goodness. It is a struggle. There are a lot of ups and downs. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to talk about it all. But nope, it hasn't happened yet. But I cannot wait for that day. This is from Izzy K. Luth. What is your top favorite memory from VPR? Not your wedding or engagement. Golly, we had so many fun memories on Vanderpump Rules. So many fun ones. Golly, I mean, I just had so much fun with the girls. We had such a good time, such great friendships. I do miss that part of everything. I loved whenever we went to Mexico and we went to Puerto Vallarta. We stayed at Hotel Musa. That was like such a fun vacation. That would probably be one of my other favorite memories because we did a lot of great vacations and a lot of fun stuff on that show. And so funny and so, all that stuff. It is so funny to watch like other people though, like that scene where Sandoval kicks the door and Schwartz is sitting in that wedding dress with the with the sash, and he's like sitting on the toilet or something, and Tom Sandoval is talking to Schwartz, and he's like, "Look at him, he's a effing battered housewife." That is one of the funniest scenes that still stick out in my mind. But there are so many funny scenes from Vanderpump Rules. It was a great time. Okay, if you had to marry one person from Bravo, who would it be? Oh my gosh, from Bravo. Oh, this is a hard question. I don't know if I would marry anybody from Bravo right now. I don't know if I want to get back into that that world. There's so much drama going on with the Amanda and Wes situation and everybody. And oh, goodness. If I had to pick one person to marry, it would be like Zach, which would never happen because he's obviously gay. But yeah, I don't think I want to get into the Bravo dating world again, at least not anytime soon, and it's not on my radar. This is from Lydia Patton. What's your favorite thing about being a mom? I love being a mom. Everything about it is truly wonderful for me. The love you feel for your kid is just unbelievable. It's something like you think you are in love and everything. Whenever you grow up, you have all these different loves of your life and everything else. And then whenever you have your kid, it just is a different kind of love. And it is the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced in my life. I just look at him and he makes me so happy. He is my happy place. I'm his happy place. And I just love doing stuff with him together. I love seeing the world through his eyes. You know, the first time he went to Disney, the first time he went to the zoo, the first time, you know, swimming, just all these different things. Every time he gets to do something new, I almost get to like relive it with him. And it is such a beautiful experience. And I just love everything about being a mom. This is from Mandy Candy 3. Do you miss working at Sir? Oh, Sir, the good old days. We had so much fun. I don't miss working there, but it was such a great time of my life that I went through, and I'm so grateful for that experience. It was so fun, and you know, it was definitely a great time. I don't miss working there, but I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am today, and I'm very, blessed that I had that experience. This is from Mrs. J. Broom. Looking to add new sensory items to my classroom. What are your top 2 recs? So Cruz loves his spinning chair. It's just like this little chair that has a blue seat, and he can sit on it and he can spin and spin and spin. And he does that all day long randomly. He just walks up to it and spins. He goes so fast, I don't even know how he does that. It would make me sick, but it makes him feel so good. That would definitely be one of my top recommendations for the sensory room. And the swing, I showed it on the Valley that hangs from the roof, and it's like, or the ceiling, and it's cloth, and he can get inside of there and like cuddle up and swing, and he feels very like held, and it squeezes him, and he loves that. So those would be my top 2 if I had to pick, because he loves both of those things so much. Okay, is it just me, or does something shift the second it starts feeling like spring? Like suddenly I want to be outside all the time, going on long walks, grabbing coffee, saying yes to plans I definitely would have skipped a month ago. And every year that shift makes me realize I want a whole new wardrobe to match that energy. But refreshing everything for spring can get expensive fast. That's honestly why I started looking for a better option and ended up joining Fabletics as a VIP, which completely changed how I shop for this season. New VIPs unlock major savings on their first purchase, so getting those fresh go-to spring pieces doesn't feel like a splurge. I've loved Fabletics for years, especially their stuff to work out in. It is so amazing. Their leggings, their sports bras, all of that stuff. They're so comfortable, great quality, and they feel so good, especially if you're in Pilates or going to the gym, anything like that, you have got to check them out. When I signed up as a new VIP with Fabletics, I got 70 to 80% off of everything. It made it so easy to grab a few new activewear sets and lounge pieces without overthinking it. The quality honestly surprised me. Fabletic pieces feel like that premium activewear you'd expect from higher end brands, but without the price tag. Soft, breathable, and built to actually last. They're so comfortable. They feel great. I could work out in them, and I could run errands in them, and feel cute and look good and feel good. Shop now at fabletics.com/whenrealityhits to get 70 to 80% off everything when you sign up as a new VIP. Take a quick style quiz and be sure to select When Reality Hits when prompted to unlock your 70 to 80% off. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Again, that's fabletics.com/whenrealityhits for 70 to 80% off everything as a new VIP. Okay, this is from Rachel Parks. Do you ever watch old seasons? And if so, what do you think now looking back? I don't watch old seasons often. I think it would be hard for me to relive a lot of that stuff. I was recently traveling and they didn't have where you can like stream onto the TV. So you had to watch cable TV and stuff. And Vanderpump Rules was on. And it was the episode where Tom and Tom were starting to make Tom Tom. So we walked in and it was literally just 2x4s and wood everywhere. They didn't even have walls up yet or anything like that. And we were just looking at the space and trying cocktails. And it was so funny looking back at that moment. And now it's so sad because Tom Tom is closing. So it was like a full circle moment that I just happened to catch that episode. And it was whenever they were first making it. And now hearing the news that Tom Tom is closing, it's so sad. It's like the end of a chapter. But I'm sure there are other amazing things to come from them. This is from Mo Harper. Update on post-surgery results. I'm feeling great. I'm still swollen. I'm 6 months out right now. So watching the valley, I have not had my surgery yet, obviously. A lot of people, I guess, think that I already had my surgery whenever they're watching it. And I've been getting a lot of mean comments about my body and everything. I know I was bigger. I've always struggled with my weight. That's just been something, it goes up and down for me. I've also been through a lot. So I think that really affects me as well. But I'm working on losing weight now, especially, that I've healed from my surgery. So I'm feeling great. I'm going to be a little bit swollen for, you can be swollen for up to a year, but I'm so glad I did it. A lot of people are like, I don't see the difference. Trust me, there is a huge difference. Looking at myself in the mirror and everything, it has helped my confidence tremendously. And now I'm trying to lose weight and get active and work out and eat healthy and just be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. So it's really motivated me to do better and just, get my sparkle back, and everything else. So I'm feeling great. My scars are starting to fade. I'm still numb in some places, but that'll go away over time. And I'm just, I'm very happy with the results. I feel amazing. A lot of people say my boobs don't look smaller. Trust me, they are a lot smaller. I still have big boobs, but they are a lot different. I had the old ones taken out, new implants put in. I had a lift and some tissue removed. So you might not be able to see it because, you push them down and different stuff, and now they're just how they are, and I just feel so much more confident, and I think that they look amazing. My tummy tuck was like the best thing that I've ever done. I feel so much more confident putting on outfits, not feeling like I have to wear Spanx and stuff all the time. So get ready, guys, because the sparkle is going to be sparkling fully because I'm feeling great. Feeling confident, I'm losing weight, I'm getting back in the gym, and I just feel very happy and very good about all of that. This is from the original Momster 83. Would you rather have all your thoughts said out loud or all of your texts read out loud? Oh, goodness. I think all of my texts read out loud because I'm not a mean person, so I don't text anything mean or I don't really gossip about my friends that much. Like, I just am not that type of person, so somebody could go through my messages and it would be just fine. I'm not really that kind of texter or just mean person in general, so that would be fine. I wouldn't want my thoughts being read because you can't control what comes to your mind. So even if I really didn't feel a certain way, a thought might come up that I would never say out loud, and I would never want someone to hear something that I actually would never say. You know what I mean? So definitely text, not thoughts. Stephanie 0712. What hair products and skincare do you like to use? Okay, so I am in love with Sol de Janeiro right now. The the number 62 fragrance with like because I love vanilla smells and everything. So I have their hair oil, I have their shampoo and conditioner, I have their lotion, I have their perfume, I have their lip balm. I just love that brand. It's the yellow color. If you guys want to check them out, it smells so good, especially if you like vanilla tones like I do. It smells amazing and it works incredible. And I love all their products. Skincare, I love the Fenty, I think it's called Cherry Balm face wash, and it's like a face scrub. It smells incredible and it works so good. I love Rihanna Fenty products. They're amazing. So those would be my top right now that I'm using. This is from Shell My Belly. What is your favorite perfume or body spray? Again, I love that Sol de Janeiro 62 yellow, the yellow bottle. That is awesome. I also love Burberry Goddess. It's in a gold bottle. It smells so good. And I love Gucci Vanilla. It is in a black bottle with like gold on the front. Those are my favorite scents right now. They smell so good and I am obsessed with them. So try them out because they are just amazing. From Jen Nobler. Who is your best friend that you trust the most on the show? Oh gosh, I love all of my friends for sure. I trust everybody, actually. I am blessed that I have such great friends and friendships that I feel very confident that I could trust them and everything. I think me and Kristen have such a history and we talk every single day, and I know she has my back. I have her back no matter what. I could tell her things I know that she's not going to tell. She could tell me things that she knows I'm not going to tell. So she is like my go-to person for that kind of stuff. But I also like am so close to Janet, to Zach, to Lala, to everybody. I mean, Jasmine and Michelle, I love them all, and I'm very happy that I have that. But me and Kristen, we talk every day and she comes over all the time, and I just love baby Kaya. So that's my girl. This is from Klutz Nahaf 101. How sick and tired are you of hearing people comment about your body? You look fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is hard because I have struggled so much with confidence and, like I was talking about my weight and everything. So, it's a lot of pressure and it really gets to me sometimes. I feel like lately the comments have been really bad about my body and everything because they are watching back, 8 or 9 months ago, and I was not my skinniest. I know that. I'm not blind. I know these things, but I hadn't had my surgery yet, and I've also lost weight since then, and I feel a lot better. But it's just part of what I do. We film, and then we have to rewatch it months and months later and relive it and everything, and live and learn. And it also motivates me to get in the gym and work out and just be the healthiest version of myself that I could be. So it sucks. It's not easy. The trolls are not easy. The comments are not easy, but I get through it. And I just think like, you know what? This will motivate me instead of bring me down. From Amanda Cretin 22. As a mom trying to find herself again, what's something you did to truly help you feel better? I gave this advice on Watch What Happens Live, and I will talk about it again. I think as moms, we forget to put ourselves first sometimes. Always, my son's always going to come first, but I forget to focus on me and, take care of my health, take care of, me time, get a massage, get your hair done, get dressed up, feel good. We all deal with mom guilt and stuff like that, but us being happier is only going to make our kids happier and a happier, healthier home. So we have to remember to put ourselves first at times and do things that make us feel good, because that's just going to make everyone feel better. And on Watch Happens Live, I said, do things for yourself, like a mommy makeover. I wasn't suggesting that people get a mommy makeover. That was just an example of something that I did to finally put myself first and help me feel better as a person. So that's what I meant by that comment. I think every woman's body is beautiful. So do whatever makes you happy and you proud of yourself and feel good. If you're in a slump, get dressed up, do your hair, do your makeup, put on a cute outfit. Just try to make yourself feel better, and it could help you get out of a funk. Go have a girls' night with your friends because you deserve that. We all deserve to be able to have a little me time. This is from Joey Trades in Q. How long was the drive when you drove to LA with all the bags? Oh my gosh, that seems like forever ago. Over 10 years now, which is wild. I drove from Kentucky to LA all by myself in my white Altima coupe with my bags packed and everything. I drove for 3 days. I stayed in, two hotels. So I drove for 3 days, 2 nights, and I would stay in hotels along the way, but I did it all by myself. My dad was calling me, constantly checking in on me. My mom, everybody was so worried about me, but I did it and I made it. And I hate driving now. So it's so funny. I used to drive all the time. And now that I live in LA and the traffic is so crazy, I don't like driving there. I feel like not comfortable with the cars going everywhere and everything else, but I used to drive all the time, and making it from Kentucky to LA on my own was a big deal. But, it was crazy. And once I got to the very hot part of the U.S., like New Mexico and Arizona and all that, my window got stuck halfway down. So even with the air on full blast, it was over 100 degrees. It was in July whenever I was driving. I literally pulled up to Sheena Shay's parents' house on 4th of July to a 4th of July party, drove straight from Kentucky to Sheena's parents' house on the 4th of July and got out and had a party there. But yeah, it was wild. My car started messing up and it wouldn't go over 60 miles per hour. So I had to pull over and go to a car shop by myself. It was kind of scary, but yeah, a lot of stuff happened along the way that I didn't really talk about, but that was terrifying. Whenever my car was messing up, my window got stuck down. I was like, what is going on? But I made it and I was good to go. And then I ended up donating that car to, what was that song that was 1-877 cars for kids, collect your or donate your car today. I forget if that's exactly how it went, but I donated my car that I ended up driving from Kentucky to LA. So that was a cool full circle moment. Hopefully it helps somebody. Okay, last question I'm going to read today. Thank you guys for writing in. This is from Edith Lemus. Do you watch any other reality TV shows? If so, which other reality TV show would I go on? So I do watch some other reality TV shows. I love 90 Day Fiancé. They crack me up. I think they are so entertaining and so good. I love Love on the Spectrum. I think Love on the Spectrum is just such a positive, lighthearted show. And as a autism mama, I love seeing these people learn, and you just see the parents talk about how they are so proud of their kids, how whenever they were younger and didn't talk till they were 5, 6, 7, and now they're dating. If you think of Abby on the show, I really want to have them on the podcast because their stories are so incredible, but she didn't talk for so long, and now she's singing on such huge stages and talking at these big events and everything. And her parents just talk about how proud they are. You see these other couples like Maddie, she got engaged on Love on the Spectrum, and her parents were like, we didn't ever know if this day was going to happen. We are so proud. She's living independently. She's engaged. She's doing amazing. And it is just such a warm, loving show. If I was to go on a reality show, goodness, I think something like Traders would be cool. I think everyone talks about that. That's on reality TV because it is just such a fun show. So I would like to do that. I don't think I could be a trader because I don't know if I could lie and do all that on the show, but you got to remember you're doing it for a reason, to win something. You're not actually trying to be a liar or whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. Something like that could be fun, but we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to When Reality Hits. I love y'all. We'll see you next week with some amazing guests. Keep writing in. I appreciate all your questions.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
We're coming at you with everything we got.
This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra.
Free.
This is the mindset.
With movies like Pineapple Express, the entire Star Trek film franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.